Alright, for context, this game just came out yesterday. Alright, so far it's been like, I think 1 day, right? Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Again, this is supposed to be the MMO. Alright, it's not a gacha, and I think some people are very confused. Is this a gacha or an MMO? The thing is, right, from what I gather, there's a lot of gating. There's a lot of time gating. They time gate you in terms of like certain areas that you can progress, etc, etc. I'm not sure what they are gating you for, but a lot of players are not happy with that, right? Because MMO is not supposed to gate you, so it's very confusing. I think they're trying to like reinvent MMO. They're trying to change it to a good one. If you look at this, the graphics is insane. The graphics is actually insane. The trailer looks good, and I thought this game is like they are revamping this and it's going to have a new potential, right? Because that's just going to be what it is. But right now it seems like there's a lot of drama surrounding this game. People are review bombing this game on Steam. Alright, if you guys are not aware, you can check the Steam reviews. Everybody has been saying bad stuff about it, right? Crystal of Atlan also did the time gating. Yeah, I don't think time gate is an issue necessarily, but it's just who are the audience that you're trying to attract, right? If you're attracting MMO players, they generally want to be able to play like no life, right? They want to be able to grind hours and hours on end. So why would you time gate them? So that's just going to be a separate issue. But if you look at the graphics as a whole, I think this is as high quality as it gets, right? Now keep in mind, Blue Protocol did shut down in JP. This is like the resurrection. They call it Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the information is back then it was by Bandai Namco. It didn't do so well. They shut down the game in JP, and then I think Tencent brought over the IP. So now Tencent owns the IP, so now they relaunch it again right now in CN and global. So that's pretty much what the stuff is happening right now, right? In case you guys are wondering. So it's also on Google Play and App Store. Okay, you can see right now, everybody is complaining about this in Blue Protocol PC Reddit. I wanted to give this game a chance, but this is really a mobile slop, alright? MMOs have fallen, the game is a choppy mess, combat, cutscenes, everything is janky. You have the mobile UI with 1000 menus, imagine gacha. Why did I even think this was worth checking out? Everything about this already screams daily login simulator. I just can't keep up with those types of games anymore. So they're trying to make it different. They're trying to make it in a way that you're supposed to log in every single day and stuff, I guess. So yeah, there's going to be that. Game devs need to realize that UX through UI is very important. The number of times I've seen through cross-platform games, at least being on both PC and mobile, having basically only mobile user interface is sticking me badly. So this guy is complaining about the user interface as a whole, right? I've always dealt with normal eye vision sizes of content of Windows, having to look at all of this. Large is frankly not healthy for me, but maybe just uncomfy for others. Okay, please make use of keyboard shortcuts. I feel so disabled being unable to use these multi-decade-old on-hand commands. Very interesting. I guess some games just have that and then they have a separate stuff, right? This game isn't what we first expected, but I'm honestly loving it so far. So there are some people that like it, which is fine, right? If you like the game, that's fine, right? Just don't let people affect your enjoyment for the game. The game just launched. It's not exactly the MMO we were expecting when it was first announced before it shifted into a mobile title. But the art style, wardrobe, the world, the music is all so close to what I've always imagined my dream MMO would look like. I think the issue is they are also trying to make it mobile friendly. So the game is supposed to be, you can also play on the phone, right? It's not a PC only game. So when you try to make it mobile friendly, there are some things that are perhaps going to be a bit different, right? The user interface and stuff are going to be a little bit weird compared to regular MMOs. Like there's not many MMO that you can play on the phone as well. So that's something to consider, right? Hoping it finds success and continues to grow and flourish into something amazing. Yeah, but you can see plenty of essays are being written, alright? So even in Steam right now, alright, I've been seeing a lot of people are complaining, alright? Like a lot of people, alright? Mostly negative. You can see right here, if I go right here and I look at Blue Protocol Star Resonance discussions, the game already lost 60% of players. Is this the next big mobile game? This one was a flop. Go play Wuthering Waves. When they ask you to go play Wuthering Waves, you know something is off. Alright, you know something is off, right? Failed to retrieve server list, alright? That 2024 Concord worst game, and 2025 Blue Protocol. Damn. Damn, Blue Protocol is going to be the stuff, eh? That's very interesting if that's going to be the case. Wuthering Waves is the best open world game. I mean, yeah, but if somebody is going to ask you to play another game, right? You get what I'm saying? Hairstyles, how to pick server, auto combat is DI, brain rot. Apparently, a lot of people don't like the auto combat. I feel like the auto combat is going to be a little bit let's see what people have to say, right? Free to play mobile slot Fox MMO. If the effort of your labor is negated by the press of a button, does it matter if it is optional or not? How much inherent value do you have in your ability to mindlessly press 1, 2, 3, 4 on your keyboard as fast as you can? Do you really believe that this is an expression of skill? Cool. Great story, manual enjoyers. You seriously refuse to press that one button that saves your fingers from the effort and time wasted? A video game in which your neighbor in another country is farming 5 instances of this game with 3 PCs all running auto combat while he's asleep. Okay, so people apparently don't really like the auto combat, right? Why is auto combat DEI? When you are fatigued from the grind, you go to the doctor to remedy your carpal tunnel. After your steroid injection for your arthritis, you come back home to play Blue Protocol. You turn around and look behind your shoulders, gotta make sure nobody is looking at you, don't want to be a casual. You finally turn on auto combat, you stare at your screen, you're thinking to yourself and you wonder, what was the point in wasting all that time and effort playing manual? It was all negated with the press of a button. Mobile games aren't meant to be engaging pieces of entertainment. Mostly all games are digital casinos with flashing lights meant to swipe you off your wallet, especially have to give credit to all the free-to-play slot that somehow makes millions in returning revenue every year. Yeah, I think like this one is like very divisive, right? Very divisive. For me, I'm not sure. I don't really hate auto combat, but I can also see where they're coming from because some people that plays PC games, and if you're used to playing the other MMOs, I can see why that's going to invalidate like you actually farming in the game because you can just leave your device now and auto combat. I see auto combat is good for farming and grinding. If there's an option, that would be good. Yeah, some people might not like it. I see that perspective. I see that kind of angle for sure. But yeah, I don't have anything against it. But this is something that I guess most other MMOs don't have it yet, right? And this is going to be the first one that perhaps have this. So right now, everybody is complaining, right? There's a lot. Can I make lollies in the game? Uh-oh. Stop review bombing. Can the people who have played less than 2 hours not review bomb the game? At least play the game first. Auto combat is not an issue. It's inefficient and hated on during raids and dungeons. Okay. Life skills are too complicated. Controller issues. No ultra wide. Why do people always think it's review bombing? So you can see it is like right now definitely something that a lot of people seem to not really like the game. Alright, on Steam specifically, right? I'm not sure about Google Play, not sure about the other ones, right? Apple as well. A mix of both for auto farming and manual for story is good. Story is usually easy and I think you can usually auto, right? But you know, it is I guess it can be a little bit weird for some people as well, right? People snowballing reviews, 600 people chime in with 80k plus in the game. Steam reviews should probably just go away for free-to-play games. They are weaponized immediately, as we can see right here. No way 25% should be a day 1 review score with 80,000 people actively playing. That's corny, but unnecessarily damaging to a company's product and reputation. Wow. I remember Throne and Liberty to massive drama with autoplay and devs change it. But okay, here's the thing. Throne and Liberty is a bit different. Is that on mobile though? Because this one is on mobile. Blue Protocol Star Resonance is on mobile, and mobile players might need to auto combat. I think it's more for the mobile players as well, because I think a lot of other MMO like World of Warcraft, Lost Ark, those don't have mobile players. Those are not on mobile. This is like, I think perhaps the first mobile that's like on PC and on mobile. And when you have that, I get it that PC players might not want to auto combat, but mobile players might want to auto combat because maybe like playing on the phone is much easier for you to just auto, right? So If you do like mobile can auto and PC cannot auto, then that's unfair. So why not just give both auto, right? I don't even know how they would grind 20 hours per day on the phone. Some people only have phones, right? And I think like they're also trying to cater to everyone. It's very difficult, right? When you try to cater to everyone. You love the auto button. You definitely get a mixture of both, right? You barely get anything standing around with auto combat. All good rewards are in chess. Then why are people review bombing it then, right? So it seems to be more, it's more than, I think it's more than that, right? There must be a reason for all the negative ratings. From what I read, I'm happy it was what it is. Majority of the issues is no EU server, which means EU players receive latency, which ruins the experience. Okay, I think that's a solid, that's definitely a solid criticism, right? Because if they cannot play smoothly, that means the game is not providing them an experience that they should comparatively to other games. So it should get less rating. I think that's fair. If you ask me, I think that's fair. They should probably have an EU server if they want to have that. But yeah, if the game is available in that particular region, but you don't have a server in that region, that's weird, right? Like why? Imagine that there's a US region, you can play in the US, but the server is in EU. So that would be the same thing for them as well. You have 300 ping, you can play normally and smooth. Yeah, but it depends on the... I think it's more complicated. It's ping plus a few other things, right? Maybe they are laggy as well. Everyone was anticipating Blue Protocol for so long. I guess it was overhyped, right? Mostly being in JP and bans handed out to foreign players during JP launch meant only a handful of people get to experience how terrible the OG was. Granted, some complaints for Star Resonance are valid, like 1 mega server for 2 regions, while you can play on 2 to 300 ms just fine, if my experience on CN is anything to go by. And the typical CN mobile MMO shenanigans like time gates and whatnot. Star Resonance is okay, nothing really special. Yeah, the time gates is also what people are complaining about. It will be half dead after a month. Oh damn, it's worse than I expected. Using arrow keys for movement should be illegal. Can you not use WASD? What, you have to use arrow keys now? Okay, very interesting. I'd rather keep staring at the ceiling than playing this game. Who the hell uses arrow keys for movement? Let alone complains you can't rebind to do so. WASD has been standard. Okay, if this is true, that probably is it true? You have to rebind it, is it? Maybe they fix it after, I have no idea, right? But again, all of this is definitely some issues. Day one issues is going to be complicated. That's why you have beta, right? The game did have beta though, right? I remember the game did have beta. So wouldn't those things would have been noticed and fixed by then? But yeah, that's just what it is. They care about left-handed people. Yeah, man, I'm not sure, right? Again, I didn't really play the game. I'm just seeing all of these reviews right now. Very, very interesting. What is this? The animated cutscenes feel jittery because they are locked to 30 FPS. Yet the frame rate counters say it's running at 120. Which makes me feel like something is going on. Okay, again, that could be an engine issue. There's something oddly blurry about the game. Even with motion blur off, trying every different upscaler, and AA solution, there's a really Vaseline-like look to the game. I can't really seem to see much in the way of options with DLSS and FSR. There's effect settings underneath both, which I'm guessing is DLSS and FSR. Okay, I'm guessing effect is both for quality settings of both. Weird shadow flickering. Okay, basically it's complaining about like small bugs in the game, right? I get it, right? WASD works. Yeah, it should work, right? Again, some of the review. Yeah, I get it that maybe right now there are some people that are, you know, jumping in and trying to hate on the game. So take every review you see with a grain of salt. But right now it seems to be leaning towards lots of negative, right? So 25% positive rating and 75% negative. Could have changed depending. But there's that, right?